Hello there, how you doing? And welcome back. Now, I am going on the wild assumption that my first edition of A Rich Source Reviews was a renowned success, because I'm recording this immediately after the first one, as April 9th was a very good day for Southern rock music.
Bruh.
We're talking about Ain't the Same by Blackberry Smoke. A band which I'm particularly fond of, and in contrast to Dirty Honey I knew beforehand, Blackberry Smoke has recently released a new single, still teasing the upcoming album to come out this year. And you may be sitting there thinking, Fred, you've always taken a couple of quick little jabs at country music in your videos. It's no secret that you're not a big fan. Why are we suddenly so into southern rock, and in the case of Blackberry Smoke specifically, almost verging on country? What's going on here? What's the secret ingredient to the sauce? Well, I'll be happy to tell you. I first saw Blackberry Smoke at a magnificent music festival named Ribs and Blues in the great land of the Netherlands. And there, this band was one of the headlining acts on one of the days, and it was a thrilling live performance. I really liked the vibe of the big band context that they had to offer, some of which is quite present here as well, but more on that in a moment. Point is, I have really fond memories of them. They were a fun performance. I liked the warm tones of their music, and little did I know at that time in 2019 that that would be the last music festival I would go up to this point. So that's a big hit to the nostalgia. That's a big oof right there, to quote the youngsters. And as a side note, let me take advantage of this moment just to suss out again. If you like the switched up vibe, if you're enjoying my reviews and my Italian side, please consider subscribing down below. If we get to 200 subscribers, I will give you my Italian voice reveal, and it's a completely original idea, I know. So moving into our saucy ingredients and our saucy review here today, let's go over the ingredients, shall we? So what's going on here? What I believe to be a really nostalgic vibe of a song. It evokes a longing for home for me specifically, and I believe that's downright the cause of the very warm vocal tone, which I just mentioned in the intro. The warm, chimey guitar, which uses both a soft gain, a little bit of some sort of echo or chorus, I can't really make out exactly, and what I suspect to be the use of sus chords in open chord progressions to give you a open, not necessarily melancholic, but very, you know, like you feel like there's something there that makes you want to do something. And in this case, it's go home. It's be where you've grown up, and since the whole point of the song is really to reminisce on your experiences of home and notice how that upon your return after a good amount of time, it's not necessarily always the home that's changed, but it's rather yourself. Your growth always changes your perspective, and you know, it always creates feelings, and they are explored here. So there's a lot going on here thematically. I think that the instruments and the vocal do a good job in capturing it, and plus the big band context also delivers some spicy ingredients, using the wider array of people involved to offer some different sort of percussions, using a little tambourine and stuff like that to make it feel like it's a very vivid environment musically. It fills the space. Moving on to our flavors, to how everything mixes together. Well, I'm sure you've noticed I've used the word warm quite a lot as I've spoken of this song so far. This goes to tell you that there's a very distinct tone that has been set, that most of the instruments capture quite effectively, and it just kind of all is very coherent, which is something that I enjoy. Now, let's acknowledge that it doesn't really leave a lot of space for variety and switching things up within the context of the song, but that obviously is, to me, doesn't seem like it's the intention, and as much as I love variety, I can acknowledge it's not always strictly necessary. So that's that. There's a serviceable guitar solo. It's nothing amazing. It's nothing bad. It's melodic. It kind of feels like something that you can sing along to, which is always the sign of a fun little guitar solo. Just going up our scale, getting that higher register, and once we reach the climax, shuffling back down to bass. And now, for the presentation. For what good is a delicious sauce?
Say the line, Bart!
Without it looking spicy, appetizing, and sexy. Good for knowing that. Thank you, everyone.
Yay!
Well, ain't the same as really shares a lot of the problems that Blackberry Smoke as a band present in a way. If you just vehemently and adamantly despise the genre to the point where you can't sit in the same room as a record playing their music, you're not gonna like the song. Let's acknowledge this. And it doesn't necessarily lead to a lot of variety. So if you have a bit of a more sophisticated taste and you're looking for something that's a bit more experimental, this ain't it, chief. But what it does deliver, and the reason that I wanted to talk about it today, is a really, really, really powerful, cohesive, and very well translated theme, which is just very warm, it's very welcoming. The big band context that comes along with Blackberry Smoke as a group, in my opinion, is really what sets them apart from the remaining competition in the context of southern rock and sort of new age country in a way. And it really gives them the secret ingredient. It gives them that spice, that punch to stand out to the point where I actually quite enjoy listening to them. And although I've kept on using the word country and I've kept on trying to stick them in that genre, you know, that's not all that they are. That's not all that they offer. So if you haven't heard the song, give it a chance. I felt that it was very refreshing. It was, I don't know, it felt like it has arrived at a good time. And it's just something I feel like everyone sort of needed to listen to at the moment. A sort of cleansing for the soul, if you will. But yes, that's me, and as we all know, now's the time to compare it to the pasta dish of the day, and what could it be? Cue drum roll. Cue the oohs and ahs of the crowd. The dish of the day is a pasta with sausage and aubergine. So a very filling, very rich dish that offers a lot of flavor and a lot to bite down on. But sometimes you don't have the stomach to get through the whole plate, as it's very filling, which does mean that no matter what happens, you will be left satisfied. Here we are, that's my thoughts, that's my pasta dish of the day, and thank you very much. So if you've enjoyed the video, if you've enjoyed my flair and my review, please consider subscribing down below. It would always be very much appreciated around these parts. And don't worry, I will be touching on some slightly more modern vibes in the next couple of days to come. Thank you very much. That's me, and do remember, stay classy, my internet people.